What was I saying? Final session of our discussion on self-knowledge. I tried to give a little bit of introduction why the self is so important. Why is it that Imam Ali alayhi salam says أنفع المعارف معرفة النفس? Why is it that Imam Ali alayhi salam says, by the way, أنفع المعارف معرفة النفس is the most beneficial form of knowledge is to know yourself. Another one is كفى بالمرء معرفة أن يعرف نفسه. It is enough for a person in terms of all they need to discover in this world. You know, the things we want to know. It says one thing, if you know this one thing, it's enough for you to have done your duty in life. That is to know yourself. So Imam Ali is telling us this ma'rifatun nafs is so important. And we're trying to figure out why. One of the reasons I mentioned is so important is that, see, everything in religion has come for you. It's come for you. It hasn't come to limit you. It hasn't come to annoy you. It hasn't come to test you. It hasn't come to, I don't know, make you a good person. No. It has come to help you, to get you on a journey, on a beautiful journey. If everything there is for me, then the more I know myself, the better I can check if it's working or not. Does that make sense? Religion has come to get Javad, or masalan another person, your beautiful name, from a certain place to another place. It's come to create a journey. It's come to change us, to help us grow. It's come for us. Religion has come for our benefit, right? It's come to serve us. It's come to help us. Now, if it has come to serve me, help me, get me from a place to another place, I need to, the more I know myself, the more I can look at it and be like if it's working or not. Does that make sense? You are the playground, the place, the area in which religion is going to do certain things. The more you know yourself, the more you can see whether this thing is working or not. Let me give you another example. So now let's say a pill. A pill, for example, we're talking about paracetamol, a painkiller. Painkiller, what does it do? It comes in your body and it's meant to change something. Painkiller comes, it's very simple, to kill pain, right? And that happens inside you. So when you have the painkiller, it's very easy for you to know whether it's working or not. I had the painkiller, it's been half an hour, how am I feeling? It's been 2 hours, how am I feeling? Yes, the pain went, right? Because the place in which the painkiller works is within you, is your body. You're the best judge to see if this painkiller is working or not. Well, you have the painkiller, 2 hours later, pain is gone, mission done. Religion is the same. It has come to do something in you. It hasn't come just for the body, it has come also for the soul. So once you allow it to come towards you, once you follow it, after a certain time, it should start doing things to you. Right? In the same way that painkiller removes the pain, religion is meant to do certain things inside you. How do you know if it's working or not? You have to know yourself. We have to know, Hassan, where are we going? Where am I starting? Where is it taking me to? Right? And if I don't know these things, I may follow certain actions for a certain time, and then at the end of it, like, did it work? Did it not work? Imagine, do we ever treat a painkiller like that? Masalan, having a painkiller, and then someone asks, is the painkiller working? And we're like, I don't know, is it working? Is it not working? And they're like, oh mate, it's your body. Is the pain gone or not? And you're like, what is pain? Pain? Oh yes, pain is gone. Oh, so it's working. Pain is gone, so it's working. Religion, what is it meant to do inside us? This is why ma'rifatun nafs becomes so important. We have to know ourselves, And then we ask the religion, religion, John, what are you trying to do inside me? I look myself, I look, this is me, this is where I should get to, okay? And this is, I think, super crucial, because one of the problems which unfortunately happens, and this is one of the things I'm trying to keep talking about it with the community, that our community, mashallah, is a very beautiful community. There are so many people with good intentions, but because we haven't been taught what is it that we should expect from religion, let's say we pray. What should I see inside myself? What changes should it do on me? We have never been told, so we see that people could pray for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, month of Shaban comes and goes, month of Ramadan comes and goes, and we don't know, did we do it right? Did we not do it right? If we did it right, how come we're not that different? What are the types of difference we should expect? Masalan, a person for whom religion has worked, what are they like? What should they, what is their inner world like? We haven't been taught these things much. We haven't focused on the self-knowledge that much. And as a result of it, all this effort, year and year and year and year, we put into religion, we're not gaining that much out of it. It's still very good, but the outcome could be much more. Now, listen to this. Quran mentions a very few important points. Quran says religion has been based on your fitrah, on the way insan is created. In other words, religion is directly, specifically built based on who we are. It's a very important point for us to realize this. It's made exactly for us, based on who we are. And as a result of that, when religion is right, because imagine it's based on you. Like imagine an outfit that is designed specifically for your body. What happens when you wear a suit that's designed exactly for you? It feels perfect. The shoulders stay on the right side, right? The sleeves end at the right place. Everything is a perfect fit. God says religion is built on your soul. So, if they teach it correctly, if you find access to the correct form of religion, when you hear about it, it just fits. It's right. Your soul is like, yes, I need this. I love this. This is helpful. This is what I want. I agree with this. This makes sense. Right in the same way that a suit, if it's designed for my body, when I wear it, I'm like, oh yeah, this suit is perfect. It's built for me. Religion is built like that for our soul. Now I have a question for you. The religion, the way it's being taught to you, does it feel that way? Do you feel like religion right now, مثلا the kalam, the aqaid, the different parts, do you really feel like it's sitting exactly to your soul? Like, this is perfect. This is what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted. This is exactly for me. It sits in my heart. Everything makes total sense. Is it like that? I think for many of us, it's not like that. There are so many things we're doing, we don't know why. There are so many things we do for so many years and we're like, what's happening? Oh, I did this. I woke up. I prayed. What next? Doesn't make sense to me. They say the month of Shaban is special. Okay, how? Show me somewhere. Show it to me. Right? How is this based on my fitrah? I'm fasting, I'm reading the Quran, I'm doing all of this. Show me. Sometimes there's an element of it that really sits for our soul. Masalan, they say, for everyone could be a different part. And I'm not saying that all of it never made sense. No, there are certain parts of it that may make sense. So you're going through a difficulty, and then there's that verse that says, if you go through this difficulty, I don't know, إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا, and you may find a comfort next to it, and like, oh, I like this, I'm going for it. And there may be some elements of it that speaks to you. So I'm not saying it's fully irrelevant to who we are, but I'm saying a lot of it hasn't really sat on our heart. So what happens when you go towards ma'rifatun nafs, self-knowledge, is you slowly find a very important tool. What is that tool? The more you know yourself, the more you can see whether this religion is working for you or not, and how to improve it, how to make it work for you. Because it has come to help you. It has come to make your life better. It has come to take you from point A to point B. So, if you don't know yourself, you don't know what's point A, what point B, how can you measure it? The more you know yourself, the more you can look at it and see, maybe this part doesn't sit well with me. I need to change this, I need to fix that, I need to understand. Let's come back to our discussion. What I'm saying is that the more you understand yourself, the more you can make religion work for you. Because religion has been built for you, designed for you. Let's go a little bit towards self-knowledge. This idea becomes more clear. One of the things, for example, we should know about ourselves is, who am I? You're saying religion has come for me. What is this me? Is it for my body? Am I a body? Am I a soul? Where am I going? Masalan, and let me give you that to show you how important this is. If someone comes and tells you that do these things, masalan, pray, fast, worship for 30 years, 40 years, and at the end of it, you won't go to hell, you'll go to heaven. What are they telling you? They're telling you that baby, what you are is something, according to that narrative. If someone comes and tells you, pray for 30 years, worship for 40 years, and you're like, what happens at the end of it? You're like, baby, there's this place, a hell and a heaven. You'll go to the heaven one, you don't go to the hell. As they're giving you prescription, as they're giving you religion, they're also talking about who you are. What are they telling you? There is not that much you can do. You're here, you're going to live this life, then there's another place, Allah, you either go get punished or you go and heaven eat some fruits. As they're giving you religion, they're also telling you what they think of you. They think you're a being created here for a test. Allah, you live for 40, 50, 60 years. You have to do certain things. And at the end of it, either you'll be sent with fruits and rivers or fire and punishment. Is that who I am? Is that really who I am? I come to this world full of difficulty, pain, and then I have to play my cards right so that I don't get angels and God angry, so heaven or hell? That's one story. But what if, as part of our self-knowledge, you realize that, John, you're so special. You're so important. Heaven and hell are nothing compared to you. So if you remember in the previous weeks, we spoke about this, that in journey of self-knowledge, we can get to a place where we realize that God says, وَنَفَخْتُ فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِي. Into every single one of you, I've put my own spirit. You're so special. You are the special creation in the whole universe. You're different to all the other beings in this world. And you haven't come to just be tested. No. Your journey is back towards God. You're going to become godly. You're going to become Khalifatullah. If God is Alim, you're going to become Alim too. If God is Qadir, you're going to become Qadir too. Oh God, there's so high you can go. You can go so high that the whole world seems small in comparison to you. That's where you should go. You should go so high. And you don't need to wait to die to get there. No, in fact, you gotta achieve this ASAP, man. خب, if this is, I'm not trying to convince you, by the way, of that, or don't be like, Sheikh, I'm not convinced. I'm just giving you examples. Let's say you agree with this, that I'm a soul, that I've been put on the earth, but my journey, my job is to find my way back, break free from dunya, go to other realms, and while I'm still in this life, go high and become united with God or whatever, all of that. If that is who you are, if you're a soul that has the capacity to transcend the material life as you are here, then does it make sense for you to hear that someone's telling you pray for 30 years, worship for 40 years, maybe one thing will happen to you after you die? Nah. It has to happen here. I have to see the changes here. پس ببین, the story of who I am makes a huge difference on how I understand religion. The person who expects you to see the result of your religious life after you die is undermining you. They're selling you short. They're not appreciating how special you are, how important you are. You're very important. You're a special project of this universe. Yes, you're in all of this, everything around you is for you. You're so special. And you've got to go higher. And I'll spoke about what that means. Because like, Sheikh, what do you mean I've got to go higher, transcend? What does that mean? We'll talk about it, my love. We'll talk about it. But see, you're so precious. Every single year, you should go one step higher. You should look back and see the change. You got to see, like, I'm not the person I was last year. I'm not the person I was 2 years ago. I'm not the person I was 3 years ago. Every year I'm changing. The soul is growing. So this is why self-knowledge is so important. So that's why, if you remember, in one of the weeks I started this discussion that insan has two aspects. This is according to the Quran. Quran says, first we created your body, ثُمَّ أَنْشَأْنَا, we can get the verse. It says, then we created you another creation. Yani there was first the body, then God says, you're not just the body, we created you a second type as well. Yani you're two aspects to you. You share the body with other animals in this world, although masalan, your body has maybe a little bit better features than their other animals. But that's not who you are. You've got the body. Maybe the body even shares 97% of its DNA with other animals. Yeah, but that's just part of who you are. We gave you insan, another creation. So the body, you may look at the body eats, other animals eat. The body uses the energy, other animals do. Then whatever food is left, the body lets go of that, the waste. The body, does every other animal is doing that. And Quran says, yes, you have that element to you. You've got a body like many other beings in this world, and it's physical. Like this lamp here, it's physical. Yes, you've got that. It says, hey, you've got something else as well. There's more to you. We gave you, in addition to that, وَنَفَخْتُ فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِي. This is where the story of insan becomes different to every other being in this world. And we've got the body and this other thing. Let's call it the other masala. Because God said you had the body like everything else, then we gave you this special thing inside you. Most of our life, we spend it on the body. What do I mean by that? Maybe every time I drink, what I'm doing, the body was thirsty, it was dehydrated, I gave it some energy. Or it was tired, I gave the body some caffeine, it got energy. When I eat, the body is getting energy, right? Most of the time, we're taking care of the body. Masalan, the hair gets long, we cut it. Beard gets long, right? We're taking care of the body. The body cannot see, we give it glasses, right? Most of our life, we're taking care of the body. But the body, although we have to take care of it, but it grows. This is one of the things we discussed in the previous weeks. The body, even if you leave it, it may have some problems or it may have some needs, but the body grows. It's not like anyone would fail to age, right? I say you never see someone that after 30 years, they would be like, oh, I'm you know what, I couldn't do it. I couldn't go from 18 to 19. I'm stuck at 18. I'm still 18 years old. No, everyone gets to 30 if they're alive. They get to 32. They get old. No one fails at getting old, right? It's not like someone be like, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get old. I just didn't know. I couldn't, I just failed. Now, everyone will get old, right? With all the babies, I know myself, someone may have an illness, something may be different, but look at us, most of human beings, you see they come as these tiny cute little babies, and then they become bigger and then bigger, and then they bigger and bigger, and then mashallah they get so tall, right? Their body grows. There is never ever a little baby that like, oh, I'm so scared, what if I cannot grow? No, Azizam, you're going to grow. You will grow. You may have some needs and we'll take care of you, we'll give you vitamins, we'll give you this, we'll give you that, but the body is going to grow. Most of us haven't had an issue with that. Yes, we may have an illness, that's natural. We'll try to take care of ourselves. But as a whole, we've seen the body is doing a good job being a body, right? And every time that it's not doing a good job, we take care of it. We have hospitals taking care of this. We've got for that part of our body, when it has an issue, people become expert. How can we sort its problems? Now, Imam Ali, with the whole thing about self-knowledge, says, guys, I think something happened here. All of these things you're doing, which is so important, is only taking care of one aspect of your creation. You were two aspects. You were a body, but God said, I created you a second time. You had another aspect too. What happened to that? You had two aspects. You were not just a body. There was something else. Are you taking care of that? What are you doing with it? And so this is when we slowly start to realize, oh, hang on a second. What am I doing for that? And now, a very important point is to know that unlike the body that grows, the soul, there is no guarantee that it would. So with the body, if it's been 50 years since you were born, you are 50 years old, right? If it's been 31 years, the body is 51 years old. It may be a little bit different to the other 30-year-olds, but everyone does it. With the soul, no. It could be 40 years that you're born, but your soul is tiny. Your soul is still hasn't grown up. Because it needs attention. It needs care. Right? So it's very much different to the body in this sense. The body grows. The soul needs attention to grow. You have to help it grow. And what makes it grow is very different to what the body needs. For example, we have a hadith that clearly shows how there's two elements to us. The Imam says, or it may be even from the Prophet, I'm doubting right now. If you want your body to grow, eat food. If you want the other side, the ruh to grow, feed others. He says, for this body to grow is ta'am, for the soul to grow is it'am. So they're telling us, see, in the same way that you feed yourself and your body grows, there are certain things you need to do for the soul to grow, and they're different. For example, one of the things that helps the soul grow is feeding others. There's something about going out of your way to provide food to others. There's something through that love you show, that care, that helps the soul grow, changes the soul. Right? And it's in these things that you have to do, and this soul slowly grows. And as it grows, it starts doing things, being able to do things that right now it's not able to. In the same way that the body starts getting features, Like, I don't know if you have a young child or if you've got a family member who's a young child, like a little baby. Every time you see them, you can ask them a question. Oh, what is the child doing now? And they're like, it's starting to hold its neck up. Because, you know, initially they try to hold their neck up, it falls, right? They try to look, they're excited, it falls. So next time you see them, they're like, yeah, the baby's holding its neck up. Oh, mashallah, well done. Next time you see them, what is it doing? Oh, it's turning now. We put it on its back, then it turns, rolls over on its belly. Oh, wow, it learned something. Next time you see them, what is it doing now? It's sitting. It starts sitting without any help. Although initially it starts to sit and then it goes down, right? But slowly starts to sit. It starts to walk. It does things. Now, the soul is the same. The more you take care of it, it slowly it starts to do things. And these are the things which you really need. These are the things which are awesome. Let me give you a few examples of what are the things that the soul can start to do and can really add to your life. Listen, if we take care of our soul, one of the things that our soul can do is start seeing beauty. This is something that the soul can do. See, in the same way that with the body, we're talking there's a body, there's a soul, body, soul, body, soul, body, soul, right? Body, the other thing. The body slowly starts to see the right? We know that the babies, when initially they're born, they can't see well, right? They see everything messed up, and then it becomes vague, and then they slowly recognize some color. Already get the details of it, Zahra will explain to you next time. But in the same way that the body slowly starts seeing things, the soul as well, when it grows, slowly starts seeing things. And the things that the soul sees are from its own type. If the body with its eyes see bodies and things, physical things, the soul will start seeing spiritual things, things which are very delicate, things which are not physical, things which you can't touch. The body sees that things you can touch. The soul sees things you can't touch. Like what is one of the things you can't touch? Beauty. You may be able to touch a beautiful object, but where is beauty? Where is peace? Where is peace? Can you point to peace anywhere in the world? No. The body, when the soul starts growing, it slowly starts looking at the same life you had, but it starts seeing the beauties in it. Masalan, it starts seeing the beauty of Allah. Masalan, in your life, look at who is there that is a nice person, or either a father, a mother, a child, I don't know, a friend who's very kind. If you can see their kindness and you enjoy that, you're seeing that through your soul. The body cannot do that. And the more your soul grows, the more you will see that beauty. You may be sitting next to the very same person, the exact same person. But the more your soul grows, the more you will see their beauty, the more you'll enjoy their presence. Let me tell you something. You know, there are people in our life that they've been so there, we've taken them for granted, that once our soul grows and our soul starts seeing their beauty and their kindness, we're going to be drunk just looking at them. And the reason we can't is just because the soul is still asleep. And to the extent that we're enjoying the people around us, it means our soul has grown up a little bit. But the more you take care of it, the more it sees beauty, the more it enjoys life, the more it appreciates what you have. I mean, I know most of us, we have so much in our life that is not translating to peace for us. There is so much physical things in our life that are not translating to peace, to love, to joy. What do I mean by that? And look at us, we all have this roof, this warm place we're sitting in. How many times when life is very difficult, we feel so much joy that at least we're inside a house. At least it's warm. At least it's not raining on our head. At least we're not, masalan, for example, sleeping on a box in the nicest street. I don't think many of us were getting any joy from that. Even if we think about it, usually someone mentions this to judge us. Masalan, you've gone to a lecture and the lecturer is like, you ungrateful, bra bra bra. Why are you not appreciating your house? You ungrateful. Yeah, the only reason we think about these things is if someone really shames us into thinking about it. But it's never like I'm just sitting down and I'm like, oh, God, this chair, look at the comfort. Oh, I'm loving it. It doesn't translate to peace. And well, I'm not judging us because the soul feels these things. The soul is that part of us that notices the good things we have, and as a result of that brings us peace, brings us joy. So the more the soul grows, it starts seeing things, it starts adding features to our life. Well, all of this was just one example of what it does. One example of what it does is that it starts seeing beauty everywhere. And imagine waking up, seeing a terrible place, or waking up, going into the world, and you've got something inside you that keeps showing you beauty. Oh, look at that, that's beautiful. Oh, look at that, that's beautiful, right? To have an eye that sees beauty requires a soul to wake up. Otherwise, it's not easy to see beauty. Oh, I know many of us may go outside, look at the clouds, look at a flower, and be like, yeah, you know, it's become mundane for us. Zahra, is it okay if you give me that flower? Let me show you what happens when the soul doesn't grow. Thank you so much. Look at this beautiful flower. Huh? Okay, I love it so much. It's got such a nice color and everything. Huh? If I'm not a soul, if I'm treating this... Oh, one of the things, by the way, it's a hadith from Imam Ali alayhi salam. Imam Ali says the person who doesn't know himself or herself doesn't know other things either. He says the way for you to see other things, even this flower, is to know yourself. Let me try to open that up a little bit. See, if I'm just a body, right? If the eyes of my soul has not yet grown, when I look at around me, all I see are the physical things. I see everything as their physical element, as the lower element. I don't see what they mean. Oh? So in other words, if I am looking and my soul is not helping my eyes, I look around and I turn everything into objects. I remove what they mean from them. I remove their essence. And one of the reasons, for example, let me not get there. But I don't look at, masalan, someone may look outside their house. If their soul hasn't grown, they see so many people walking, but because they don't have their soul awakened, they even kill the soul in other people. A person who hasn't access to their soul, they cannot see the soul of others too. So, masalan, a beautiful soul passes from you. What do you see? Instead of seeing, oh, a beautiful soul, you see, oh, a body. If I look outside and I see, oh, a tall guy, I don't know, masalan, a fulan person, oh, look at that woman with that hair, oh, look at that guy with that. What am I doing? I'm looking outside, I'm seeing bodies. Outside, it's not just bodies. That guy, you told him a tall guy. Doesn't he have inner world? Doesn't he have a soul? How come you're not seeing that? Why are you so focused on the body, on his height, or on her hip, or I don't know, on her size, on masalan, this part of her body? Why is it that when I look at her, when I look at him, I just see that about him? If inside I have not awakened to my soul, to my spiritual side, if I'm a body, even when I look out, I look with the physical vision. And so I will destroy the souls out there. There's a beautiful soul in front of me, I will limit them, reduce them to their physical component. Yani, even when you look outside, you remove so much of reality. Why? Because inside you still haven't practiced on the vision of the soul. Does that make sense? Zara, does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense.
No, I just want to start talking about this beauty now. So This is so important. The way you look at the world changes what you see. If you only look with the eyes of the body, all you see around yourself is bodies, objects. But if you look with the soul, you'll start seeing the ruh, the heart, the life of things. خب حالا مثلا this flower. If we look at with the body, خب it's just an object, right? It has a nice color, so it's an object with a nice color, right? And if I just see it with my body, I'll be like, okay, that's a nice object. I don't see it as what it is, an alive being. Why? Because I don't know who I am. If I'm not alive inside, I will make this one dead too. Oh, a nice object. And I may even, be so naughty to take it off. Why? Because it doesn't have soul. It's dead. So I may pull it out of its home. See how happy it is? It's so grounded. Look, it's grounded, it's living, it's worshiping God, it's doing so much. And it's getting this energy from the soil. There's all this food there. It gets the sun in the morning when the sun comes. It's doing all of that. It's alive. It gets water. Sometimes Zahra gives it water. It enjoys it, and it's growing and doing all of that. All of this is inside it. There's a whole inner world to this flower. It has understanding. But if I'm not aware of even this side in myself, when I look outside, I can't see that side in this flower either. It just becomes a beautiful object that I can just pick it out of its home and put it on my desk. Because it's just got a nice color. And as soon as it does, I'll just throw it in the bin. So when the soul grows, when your eye grows, you look around, everything around you becomes different. You look at this beautiful flower and you realize, oh, the same soul that is in me, the same spirit that is in me, part of it is in this too, or maybe a different form of it. And you appreciate it for what it's adding to our life. It's a beautiful living being. Thank you so much for bringing so much joy to our life. This could either be a mundane experience, you look at it and you don't know what's happening, which is happening around us. We've got all these beautiful parks, all these clouds, birds, animals, but how much are we enjoying them? And someone says, Sheikh, what are you on about? Don't you know about the stress of work? Don't you know about the stress of exams? And I would say, I know those. Everyone feels that. Everyone sees that. It's not a skill to see pain. It's not a skill to see stress. Everyone sees that. What I'm saying is that, see, there's another part of you that if you pay attention to, it starts seeing other things too. So that pain is not the only thing you see. And I'm not judging us. I'm not saying, see it right now. It doesn't work that way. It needs to grow. It needs attention. I'm not undermining the difficulties you have. I'm not undermining the challenges you have. In fact, it is those pains and challenges which are so real, which is making me want to have this discussion with you. I'm saying, baby, I get it, but life is difficult. And why is life difficult? Because the part that makes it easy, the part that makes it beautiful, the part that we used to see the joy of it is the soul. And what are we doing to take care of it? We are not. The soul has needs. Once you take care of it, it grows, and it's that part that brings the joy, that brings the peace, brings the beauty, brings connection, brings love. So, in fact, the more you think your life is difficult, the more you should take care of this. The more it should mean to you, the more it should matter to you. If you feel like my life is hopeless, then for you it's even urgent to pay attention to that soul. Right? The more you tell me it's difficult, the more I would say, pass, if it's so difficult, then bring the soul. Because the only thing that can help it is the soul. This is why I also said, now that I think we're already closer to what I was trying to say in the beginning. Now that you know who you are, what your soul is capable of once taken care of, Now you can also see why religion had come. Religion had come to grow the soul. And now you can assess it. Has the version you were given helping your soul? Do you look back and you see that, for example, yes, 3 years ago, these are the beautiful things I couldn't see. Or 3 years ago, I was so fragmented. I was so scattered. It has given me a sense of, hope. If it hasn't, then it means that religion, it still has not fulfilled all its potential. Right now, within yourself, you have a great criteria to see if it's working for you or not. The month of Shaban is special. It has to help your soul grow. If it doesn't help your soul grow, it hasn't done its duty, and we need to go back and ask Sheikh, what's going on? This was meant to help my soul grow. I'm still the same soul that I was. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So just a few things, although there's so much to talk about. I don't know why I said this is the final session, but now we've said it, we have to stay with it. But there's so much to say about self-knowledge, but let's make this the last thing we want to talk about. You know how I said where does the body and the soul? And the more you take care of the soul, it starts having features. It sees beauty, it finds peace, it finds connection, it gives you confidence, it always feels like you feel supported, it brings a presence to your life. So many things it does. We'll talk about it later. Now, one thing I would like you to pay attention to is that, see, this soul, for it to grow, it has some needs. In the same way that the body has needs, the soul has needs, and the needs of the soul are much larger. Why? Because the body is limited. See, the body has this size, this shape, certain weight. The body is limited. The soul is not. The soul is infinite. According to that poetry attributed to Imam Ali, أَتَزْعَمُ عَنَّكَ جَرْمٌ صَغِيرٌ وَفِيكَ انطَوَى الْعَالَمُ الْأَكْبَرُ. Do you think you're this? Even if you're like me, masalan, I don't know how much you weigh. Imam says, no matter how much you weigh, still this is a tiny body. Baba, jarmun sagir. What's maximum? 140 kg, 150, 60, 180 kg. That's nothing. Do you think this is who you are? The body is a tiny amount compared to a mountain. It's nothing. Imam said, أَتَزْعَمُ أَنَّكَ جَرْمٌ صَغِيرٌ. Do you think this is all of who you are? وَفِيكَ انطَوَى الْعَالَمُ الْأَكْبَرُ. And within you is the greater universe, and that soul, that nafs, that other part. If that nafs is much bigger than this body, no matter how big this body is, it's still tiny compared to other things in this world, to the mountain. So the needs of it are also tiny. Masalan, honestly, I think if a person drinks this much water in a day, they can't drink much more. Let's say 2 bottles. 3 bottles, 4 bottles. How much more can a person drink? Food, 2 pizzas, 3 pizzas, 4 pizzas. That's it. The body will explode. It cannot handle more. The body has limited needs. But the soul has infinite needs. Masalan, what does the soul need? Massive amount of love, connection, joy, meaning, peace. And it wants it infinite amount. There is no soul on this world that if you give them, would you like 1 million dosage of love? They'll be like, yeah, that's enough. No, they're like, I want more. Give me 2 million dosage. You give them 3 million dosage. The needs of the soul are infinite. The soul doesn't want a lot of love. The soul wants all love there is. Masalan, if someone tells you, I love you so much, do you want me to love you more? You'll be like, no, I just had some love, I can't, I'm full of love. No, you won't say that. No matter how much a person loves you, if they say, you know what, Masalan, imagine your child comes to you, Mommy, I can love you more. Do you want me to love you more? You'll be like, I don't know, maybe on Sunday. No, of course you want that. Your soul wants all love there is. This is so important. The soul has infinite needs. Now, what happens if we forget there is a soul? If we forget there is a soul, will the soul go away? No. It will remain there. It's just we have forgotten it. It will remain there with all of its unlimited, infinite needs. What happens We've forgotten about it. We think we're just this body, but the soul is there with so much infinite need. And we're just this body. And we feel infinite amount of needs and desires. And because we've forgotten about the soul, we think that we have to satisfy all of those desires through this body. So, one of the things that happens if we forget about the soul is that you destroy the body because you feel, even if you forget about the soul is there. The needs of it are there. Even if you ignore it, the needs are there. The only thing that happens is that you feel so much need inside you, desire inside you, you don't know where it's coming from. You don't know what to do with it. Let me give you an example. And by the way, this is what separates insan from every other animal. See, a lion it doesn't have that insan soul. A lion has its own soul, but it's not infinite like the soul of insan. It's only insan that God said, وَنَفَخْتُ فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِي. You have God's spirit within you. Lion has a very tiny, cute soul. And what happens is that a lion, have you ever seen a lion that after he or she eats, a lion or a lioness, they've eaten their full, they still would eat more? No. A lion is very aggressive. It will go even tear the other animal apart, bite it. It will eat, but as soon as it's full, the needs of it is met, it'll walk away. A lot of the times you must have seen a lot if you watch these nature shows. The lion would even leave the rest of the animal that they've eaten there. It's not like, oh, yeah, I've ordered it, I have to finish the whole thing. No, they eat to the extent that they're full, they walk away. That's it, very simple. Right? It's simple. They have a need, they meet it, they go. But insan can be very different. If there is an insan, which I think unfortunately in this culture is most people, if there is an insan with a soul that has infinite needs but has forgotten about it, they will try to bring all of the infinite needs of the soul and satisfy it through the body. So you have a body who eats, feels full, but still wants to eat. Which animal does that? To eat so much after they are full. It's only insan. And of course, it makes a lot of sense. We can't judge that person. Yes, you feel like you want all of it. Why? Because you've forgotten you're the soul. The infinite needs of the soul are coming here. You feel inside the need for everything. You don't know how to satisfy it. It comes through food. It comes through sexual relationships. Right? Masalan, I don't know how many times it happened to you. Say you want to order food and you look at the menu. Obviously, out of the items in the menu, one of them is enough to make us full. But when we're hungry and we're just a body, what happens? I'm going to get one of this, one of that, one of that. Then have that dessert, then this, then that, one of these. Right? This is how we treat ourselves. Right? We think I'm going to eat all of it. And where do you see this very clearly, as someone was saying, is when you go to one of these, self-service buffets. For example, in a hotel, in a restaurant where all the food is out there, Masalan, you pay, I don't know, £30, £20, and all the food is there. You can eat as much as you want. You see people go there, and even though a million times they've seen they can't eat more than this much, when they go towards the buffet, they fill that plate up to here. Oh, some chicken, some pizza. What's that? Shrimp? I love shrimp. Yeah, give me that shrimp. Oh, shrimp with chocolate muffin. Yeah. What's that? Tiramisu. Let me put that apple pie. We put all of these things on top of that on this plate that's meant to go here. How much of it can you eat? I'm sure, honestly. 2 pizza in and a little bit of shrimp. You already hate yourself for the decision you made. You put seafood on a pizza with chocolate muffin. What are we doing? Halfway through, you're full. Why do we this to ourselves? Why do we do this to ourselves? Right? The reason is this. We're feeling so much need. We want so much. We have a need, but because we don't know where to satisfy it, that, the soul needs something. The soul needs love. The soul needs connection. The soul needs that. We try to satisfy it here through the body. And the culture also does that. The culture says, yeah, make this food bigger, make the portion larger, get this fries next to it, get that, Whereas sometimes if you try and see how much does your body actually need, you would be shocked. It's such a difficult thing as well because we're immersed in a culture that totally ignores our bodies. We don't respect our bodies if we give it more than it wants. It's so interesting. When you try and see how much does my body actually want, like if I want to be like a lion, if I want to be like a monkey, if I want to be like, I don't know, any other animal that stops when they're full, where would I stop? Because, oh my God, you would be shocked. You would be shocked where the body is like, mate, I'm fine, right? Sometimes it's really even annoying. Like I was telling Zahra the other day, if you really want to respect your body, sometimes I order a coffee and like 1/3 in, I'm like, the body's like, mate, I'm done. Got enough caffeine, got enough milk, coffee, I'm good. We're good to go. We don't need anything. We're sharp. We're awake. I'm full, right? Something with 1/3 of the cup. And I'm like, oh, mate, I've paid for all of it. What should we do? Right? And what the body needs is way less than what the mind thinks the body needs. Why does the mind think the body needs so much? Because the mind is feeling so much lack, so many desires. It doesn't know these are the desires of the body. It says, oh, it must be for the body, so let's feed this thing. The same is with love. By love, I mean physical relationships. There are so many people that if they forget there's a soul to them, no matter how many sexual relationships they have, it's never enough. Is it enough? And if they tell them, I want to get married to that person, I have a relation with that person. They're like, oh, that person is enough. Oh, that person too. Oh, that person. And this is again only in son dige. If an animal has needs for reproduction, they go, they do their business, then they're done, they walk away. Insan is the only being that can have these weird, for example, addictions. People who, and I'm not judging, by the way, if you're dealing with this, there's no judgment. I'm talking about this so you can get yourself out of it, so we can get ourselves out of it, right? There's no judgment, my love. No one has taught us about these. But insan is the only being, for example, who can even have feel a sexual desire, satisfy it, and immediately want another one. Sometimes the body is even tired by the person who's got addiction to these things, to certain websites. If the body is like tired, dying, they keep forcing the body to do more. Why? Because the soul has desires. The person thinks I can satisfy it through the body. That's the only way they've learned. I don't want to go too much into that. So, what are we saying? If we don't know that we have a soul and that it has the infinite need, we will feel always a lack in our life. Something is always missing in our life. Because what is missing? The soul is sending these alert signals. Pay attention to me, take care of me. I'm your soul, I'm infinite, I am you, take care of me. I want love, I want connection. It's sending all these signals. But if we don't know where these signals are coming from, because it's not like there's a voice that says, I am your soul and I need love. No, it's just something happens inside. You just feel like life is not all right. Life is missing something. This is not right. Life is... If we don't interpret this signal well, we will try to answer the signal by doing physical things. We talked about food, we talked about sexual relationships. Some people may try to buy their way out of this. Keep buying. Buying as well is a physical way of addressing the spiritual need. Just today, they send me, and the culture is trying to deceive you all. The culture is making money out of convincing you you're just a body. Why do they do that? Because your soul has infinite needs. If you forget about that and you think you're the body, then your body you think has infinite needs. What do you end up doing? You keep buying. And it's never going to be satisfied. Why? Because the need wasn't the body's to begin with. So you keep eating food, you're still not happy. You keep having, for example, those stuff, you're not happy. You keep buying things, you're not happy. Because none of this was for the body anyway. Just today they sent me a message from my bank. You're shining, your credit card is here. I'm like, mate, it's just a card. Why do you call it shiny? You know, they're trying their best to keep your attention to these things, towards money, towards buying a house, towards buying a watch. Oh, this is the watch that all the successful people have. Oh, yeah, you know. And it's very important for you also to know, you know, that for the past few years, I've doing a lot of studies on psychology as well, research. The best minds, some of the best minds in psychology are now working in advertising companies to try and manipulate your attention. That's one of the saddest things about psychology, that some of the best minds have now gone working in advertising companies, working in businesses to try to steal your attention. What are they trying to do to you? They're trying to make you forget your soul, think your body, bring all of that infinite need of the soul towards your body, create fake desires for you, create fake needs for you, and you'll spend your whole life, all of your youth, all of your moments to work to be able to satisfy those needs which were never yours. Never yours, right? Keep getting these phones, that phones, this car, this dress, all of this, which to a certain amount of it is fun. Yeah, why not? But to devote our whole life to that is what Quran says, dige, innal insana lafi khusr. Quran is saying we are in loss if we spend the soul gets one opportunity, one real opportunity. The soul gets to come to this world one time and to grow. Although imagine we could have allowed it to grow, to achieve, to see so much. If we spend all of our life, all the moments we have, all these precious moments that can help our soul grow, if we spend it by trying to satisfy the needs of the body, which are so tiny, by the way, there's only a certain amount the body can eat, only a certain amount of certain relationships it can have. It's all it needs is a bedroom, right? All the body, it just needs a bed to sleep. Even if there are 10 other bedrooms in the house, we can only sleep in one. Let's say one for the children, one for the guests. There's a certain, the body doesn't need that much. A comfortable bed to sleep on, some food, go travel, see nature. But they start creating hypes, and make your house bigger, make your car like that. And we will fall for it. As long as we don't remember we're the soul, none of this is going to help us. As long as from inside our soul doesn't wake up and tell us, no matter how much the sheikh says, oh, there's so much more to you, pay attention to yourself, there's so much more you can enjoy this life, it's never going to get any. We will fall for it. We'll fall for the advertisement. We'll fall for it. Oh, today I was thinking, Zahra, by the way, should I stop? Have I been talking too much? Today, Zahra, you know what I was thinking? This really broke my heart. Now, one of the things, if we're not careful, that we're the soul, one of the things they do is, or let me say it this way, you know that psychological war they're doing outside the advertising to convince us that we're the body, we need to eat more, we need to fall on, so that they can make money out of us? They have brought that into our mind. Our mind they have colonized our mind to make money out of us. What do I mean by that? See, imagine if you're a person who's young and wants to find a partner, start a relationship. There's two ways of going around it. You may either know that you're a body and a soul. If you're a body and a soul, and you know how important the soul is, the peace comes from soul. Apologies. Loves come from soul, satisfaction comes from soul. When you're looking for a partner out there, first of all, no matter what is your body, how tall your body is, how thin, how slim, no matter how it looks, you're still confident to go out there and find a partner, right? Because you're a soul. You're a soul, you're confident, you're a soul like any other soul, you're special. God says, لَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ, we've given you dignity. Imam Hussein Dua Arafa has said, you are so special. If I am all of this, if I'm a soul created by God, I have God inside me. God says, we have dignified you. Angels have done sajda on me. Imam Hussein says I'm special. Imam Ali says I'm special. I'm so confident to go out there and find a partner for myself. And the partner as well that I'm looking for, what kind of person would I look for? I'm looking outside. Am I seeing bodies or souls? I'm seeing souls too. Right? This soul is caring. This soul is gentle. This soul reminds me of my soul. This soul, makes me pay attention to this. Oh, this soul next to this soul, my soul feels better. But then, could anyone make money out of this? No. So what is the culture right now? It keeps making you forget you're the soul. You're the body. You're just a body. You're a body. You're a body. When you're going to look for a partner, you're a body looking for a body. Right? Hala, look at your body. Ooh, I don't feel you're tall enough. Why would anyone want to be with this body? Why would any other body want to be with this body? It's not slim enough. It's not tall enough. It doesn't have the right color. It doesn't have the right shape in the right places. Right? I think you need a surgery. Right? I think you need to go on that thing. I think you need that makeup to look a little bit different, because the way this body looks, I don't think that body would like this body. And by the way, when you're looking for a partner, ooh, look at that body, how tall that body is. Or, they keep creating fake things that can, and then we've been part of this for so long that it's in our head. It's in our head. And one of the reasons why teenage girls have the highest rates of depression since ever is that a soul is looking outside through the mind, and so much nonsense has been planted in their mind, right? And a lot of girls, a lot of beautiful souls, teenage lovely girls, their mind has been filled with nonsense to the extent that they look outside, they cannot see souls. They cannot see the soul that they are, right? They see themselves as a body, and they compare this body to other bodies, and the mind has been taken over, right? Which is so sad. And this is what God says in Quran, that the culture that forgets God, slowly they'll forget themselves. And this is what has been happening to us. At this point, the battle is happening within our mind. It's a journey for every single person to kick this idea that I'm just a body out of their mind. Otherwise, that's how they'll see themselves. That's how they'll perceive themselves. That's how they'll perceive others. That's how they value themselves. Imagine, no matter how cool your body is, obviously there's going to be a body who, according to the standard of the culture, is superior to yours. No matter how cool you are, how fit you are, how tall you are, how slim you are, culture will always create a standard that someone has it more than you, right? So in that sense, your life becomes, as in you start a defeated game, right?
It's harder to find partners now.
Exactly, it becomes harder to find a partner. Not only you're starting from a defeated position, because you're already less than so many people if you're the body. So you're not confident, but also you may yourself be so tricked to do the same to others. Now, you look for a partner, there may be such a beautiful soul that your soul would be so happy with. Wallah, you don't know who you would be happy with if you don't know your soul. Because in the same way that when you go to that buffet, that restaurant, you think in order to be happy, you need all of those foods, that shows how much you don't know yourself. Every single time we go to these buffets, and masalan, breakfast at the hotel, the amount we don't know ourselves is that I have to have a little bit of this, a bit of that, 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 a bit of that. And it's only then that I would be happy. And every single time what happens, we end up with a stomach. Oh, I'm so bloated, I ate so much. In choosing our partner, we can do the same. If we think we're the body, the mind keeps creating these desires. I can only be happy with a guy who looks like that, or with a girl who looks like that. And when you say a guy who looks like that or a girl who looks like that, what they're talking about, the body. Just the body. And I'm not judging anyone because these people, these are beautiful people, but they just haven't been taught. No one has taught them in a real way what they are. They're a soul. And these things, you can't force it to people. You have to help the person from within find their value and worth. And this breaks my heart so much because so many people, I've seen it, when they want to look for a partner, they remove so many options just because, masalan, it doesn't meet the standard they have in their mind of what a body should look like. Yani I've seen it, a beautiful soul cannot find a partner because their standard is just... And why is their standard so high? I'm not judging them. It's the way their mind is tricking them. Their mind is telling them that you would only be happy with a body, masalan, 6'2", or masalan, I don't know, the girl that looks like this. The mind is tricking them. And because most of our beautiful souls have never been in a relationship, they actually believe it. They actually believe it. They haven't been in a relationship to see the happiness of a relationship has nothing to do with the bodies. No matter how cool a body looks, after a few months, it's there, you know. What guarantees that joy, that consistent joy and connection and love is the souls. Marriage is the connection of two souls. But if we don't know we are souls, what does that even mean? If for all of our life we've lived as bodies, if even religion didn't help us to realize we are a soul, what does that even mean, marriage of two souls? Where is my soul? What are you talking about? Which one of us has discovered our soul? So this is what Imam Ali said, أنفع المعارف معرفة نفس. The most beneficial form of knowledge is the knowledge of the self, to know yourself. Once you know who you are, you start understanding what others are as well. Right now, a lot of us, we look at the world and we see it in a very physical way. We don't see people's soul. And let me tell you how much divorce is happening in our community for simple things. Masalan, the color of that part of that person, my wife, I wasn't happy with it. Over this, a divorce. And it's serious, and you cannot judge. You cannot judge this person. There's no way to talk this person out of it. There is no way to talk to the person. If a person thinks they're the body, they would become super picky on the body. The only way you can help a person who's so picky on them is to help them slowly find their soul. As long as they think they're the body, they want to satisfy infinite needs of the soul through the body. So they only expect perfection from their partner's body. And if they do the same to themselves, they'll either spend their whole life in gym or they will just get low self-worth. So what does Imam Ali say? What is the solution? Should we go around and shout at everyone, okay, you're not a body, you're a soul? Imam Ali says, no, Wajan, it's not going to work that way. Talking is useless. Imam Ali said, Al-ma'arifatu nurul qalb. The person has to slowly pay attention to that part of themselves. We need to teach them how. They pay attention and slowly a light. It's as if a light grows inside them and they slowly start seeing their own soul. And many people don't have access to their soul. They look inside, they can't see anything. That's why they think they're the body. If they could see their soul, why would they think they're the body? Imam says this is the result of years and years of not paying attention. As you pay attention, slowly the soul appears. The soul grows. And as it does that, then the way you look at the world changes. Because when a soul looks at the world, it's very different to when a person who has forgotten their soul looks at the world. So we can't force this to anyone. Even if you're hearing this and you're like, I am not there, of course, it makes sense. This is a journey. This is the journey of self-knowledge. And that's why this is the most important thing. Because everything you want in life can only be satisfied through your soul. Otherwise, it's a lifetime journey of begging people for what we can only satisfy inside ourselves. I was hearing this line a few days ago. It really did something to me. I hope I can do justice to it. He said, do you know what we're doing in our life? In our life, we're taking a bowl we're going around the world begging. That's what we're doing. We're begging the world for our joy and peace. Masala, we go to this person, can I sit a little bit next to you and get some joy? We're begging for joy. Then, can you love me a little bit? We go to the food. Baby, food. Masala, we're feeling low. We go to a cafe. I'm feeling very low. Cafe, can you give me something that makes me better? Can you give me a muffin? Can you give me this drink? We go to a restaurant. We talk to the restaurant. And restaurant, I'm not feeling good. Can you give me a food that can make me forget? A soul, the highest creation in this universe, has lost itself, so it's feeling low, it's feeling lazy, it's feeling scared, it's feeling lonely, it's feeling sad, and it's going around the world begging food, begging people, begging different things to just make me feel a little bit better. It's lonely inside, it's sad, it's boring, I'm not enjoying it, it's so stressful, it's pressured. If I have this job, can you give me some peace? Or I don't know, food, can you give me peace? Another person, can you give me some peace? This series on Netflix, can I keep watching you? Can I give you my precious moments of life? Can I give it to you and you give me a little bit of peace? Because tonight I just feel bored, it's just me, right? So we're going around spending moments of our life here and there and trying to get some peace, some joy, some escape from this boredom. And all along, this is all happening because we've forgotten who we are. We're a soul. We don't need to go beg anywhere. We have all it takes inside if we start paying attention to this thing. Then, once we realize all we want, this peace we want, this love we want, this joy we want, it's all from inside. These are all to be gained through the soul. The whole search stops. This whole search of going around begging for people to be with us, begging for things to give us a little bit joy, being desperate, this movie after that movie, this series, this video, that video, this trend on TikTok, that trend on TikTok, to just bring some escape to my life. All of that will end. And then, even if we spend time with people, it's not because we're so lacking inside. No, but it's because let's be together. Why not? I've got so much inside love I want to share with you. Let's share this love together. And again, let me make that clear. I'm not judging you if you're not there. Right? No. I said why would I talk to you if you were already there? We're talking because we're all in the beginning steps of our journey. There is no shame in where we are. This is our life, and I'm just saying, let's together remind ourselves. Let's go towards there together. Let's create, at least amongst ourselves, a community that tries to keep reminding ourselves that we're more than just a body, in the way we complement each other, in the way we talk to each other, in what we respect in one another. Let's slowly shift our attention away just from physical things and more towards the soul. About, you're a caring soul. Look at that kindness. You're a beautiful soul. This is one of the reasons why I keep telling people, salam, beautiful souls everywhere, right? Let's slowly remind ourselves that, and through paying attention, inshallah later on we'll talk about it. Believe me, things will change. We can get out of this. Life will get so much more beautiful. And I wish I had time more to talk about what happens. I think that's enough. We've spoken so